Ladies and gentlemen, Master Duel fans, welcome to a special edition of Limited Jank. In this challenge of Master Duel's Pt.1 event starts today, and what are we going to come across throughout the whole entire first quarter of Limited Jank? Who knows where we might end up coming across into. T set and pass. Interesting. Special summons the Ecclesia, Incredible Ecclesia. The Iris Sword Soul returns. Normal summons Crowley, specials the Nefarious, and what a Nefarious hits? Witchcrafter Pator. Okay, up against the Witchcrafters. Crowley hits over Pator. And Iris with 25. Flips a Unpossessed. Pator banished to draw and ditching the Edo. In this one for Edo, as a quick effect, you can discard one spell, special one Witchcrafter from your hand that isn't Edo. And then you contribute this card, then target one spellcaster monster in your graveyard outside of Edo, special it. Each effect of Witchcrafter Edo once. Fires off Droll due to Pator being a draw card. Sets another and passes. Crowley changes into light. Crowley the light, and Nefarious into Link. Oh, and for the record, after countless months, by the way, if you guys notice, Lina is finally now glossied up to join in with the glossy charmer ranks. Welcome to the club there, Lina. Opponent fires off Max C. In response of Max C, activates Possessed Partnerships. No destruction because all of them are lights. In this one for Witchcrafter Pottery, not counting the gimmick effects to tag in, tag out a Witchcrafter, no cards in your hand. You can banish this from grave, target one Witchcrafter card. Spell trap included. From your graveyard or in your graveyard, add it back to your hand. And then each effect of pottery once. Line a link over pottery, Iris for 25. And one set. And then the Witchcrafter players scooped. And this next clip of this challenge, tagging in or tagging out from the Magistus stuff, well, Crowley and Ecclesia, tagging into Zoroa and Sister Stella in hand. Harpy Demon activates, chaining Max C, enjoy that -1 there. Harpies, Feather Dusters, just the one card, which literally does nothing, and turns out it is another Witchcrafter. Normal summon Shmieta, ditch collaboration. For Madame Vare, Shmieta banish, toss out by streets. Madame Vare for only 1,000, and then collaboration back to hand, but Ghost Spell keeps the collaboration in check. By streets. Place to the field face up. Top deck Sophia, which is definitely last, but we'll see where this leads. Instant fuses, into Thousand Eyes Restrict. Madam Bear quick effect to Omni Negate by sending by streets. Normal summon Stella. Special Sophia. Now, as for Exosister Stella, one of the 4 sisters, during the main phase, you can special one Exosister monster from your hand. Then if you control Ellis, I don't. I would have gotten that extra 800 boost. And in this one for Sophia here, if I control another Exosister, I do. Draw 1 card. Pretty good. Then if you control Irene, OCG name of Elaine, and again, I don't. Would have been another extra 800 life. And then the sisters, main deck sisters, all of them by the way, share this exact same gimmick effect. If the opponent were to move cards out of either graveyards outside of the damage step, basically this is Zodiac XZ of Exosisters. Sophia draws 1. Top decks Exosister packs. In this one for Exosister packs, during the main phase, no matter whose main phase it is, pay 800 life, add 1 Exosister card that isn't packs, basically Stratos. Then if I happen to add a monster by this effect, I can special summon it if the other Exosister monster is mentioned on it based off from the field or graveyard. So in most cases we searched out Irene, and because we got Sophia, we can just literally special out the Irene. And in this one for Irene, place 1 Exosister card from hand on the bottom of the deck as cost, draw 1 card, and if Sophia exists, gain the 800 life. Special it out, of course. Sophia and Irene. Exosister Michaelis. One of the 4 Exosisters. Can't be killed by battle that was special summoned from the graveyard. And then each of the following effects of Michaelis once per turn. During the turn in which Michaelis was XZ summoned by using an Exosister as material, obviously we do, supernatural effect as a quick effect. Target 1 card, spell trap included, your opponent controls or in their graveyard, banish it. In other words, DD Crow on steroids. And then the detach effect is detach 1, add 1 Exosister spell trap from deck to hand. So basically Stratos of Exosister spells and traps. Michaelis detach Irene adds the Armament, and as for Armament here, pay the 800 life points, then target 1 Exosister monster I control. It's literally Zodiac XZ all over again, but this time it's got to be a different name. And then the only time I can do Armament's effect is either my opponent's turn, unless if for some reason my opponent controls a special summon monster from the graveyard. Restrict and Stella for Lina Link. Michaelis banish Bear. Lina Link and Michaelis. Set 1 on opponent's draw, activate Armament. From Michaelis, turn it into Ace of Field. In this one for Ace of Field, cannot be killed by activated effects of monsters special summoned from the graveyard. In this one for Ace of Field, sister as material, which she does, she is literally Abyss Dweller. And the detach effect only happens on my turn is detach 1, target 1 monster your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So literally acts as compulsory evacuation device. Opponent Raigekis the board. And based on this situation, about Raigeki. Yeah, that is not what I thought it was. Sorry about that small delay there, you guys. Normal summon Zoroa. Zoroa target self. Artemis equipped. Zoroa revives Sophia. Artemis searches out Crowley. Crowley sending Sophia. Crowley becomes Earth. Sending it to Magistus for Reaper. Reaper revives Restrict. Reaper and Restrict for Ultra Link. Reaper Search for Awakening Spell. Awakening Spell activates. Also steals Max C. Also Link and Max C for Celine. And of course these two synergize together way too well. Celine revives Restrict, and what do we hit in terms of equipping? Witch of the Black Forest. Okay, great. I am on board, and it's a good thing we got the Ash covered for the Witch. Tributes to Celine for Gamma Seal Kaiju and sets a monster. You know, if anything, would have been nice if I would have kept my Celine alive. Normal summons Lina. Restrict and Gamma Seal for Area Link. Witch of the Black Forest mandatory search, but Ash keeps the Witch in check. And of course, opponent is going to scoop up. Area Link steals the Gamma Seal, goes to work. And this next clip of this challenge, based on this hand, downright ridiculous. So, up against Sorso Tengy, so Moyi revealing Mapura, the Fire Tengy. In this one, whenever your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a face-up non-effect monsters you control, banish this from hand or grave, negate it, and if you do destroy. So, negate destroy, another one of those omni negates for those normal monsters. Show me the Chi Zhao, and Grandmaster Chi Zhao appears. Chi Zhao adds Long Yuan. Activates Long Yuan, ditching Mapura. Sword Soul, Supreme Sovereign Shang-Ying. You know, my first instinct was show me Baron, but never mind on that one. Turns out Shang-Ying is going to be on board. Long Yuan burns me for 12, lane. And I say it's time to mess up the Sword Soul Tenyi Player's Day. Specials Pankratops. Mind controls the Shang-Ying. In response to my control, Chi Zhao negates tops. In response to Chi Zhao tops, tributes to kill Chi Zhao. And then in response to Pankratops, Sword Soul Auspice Shunjun. Level 6 Earth Worm, 2400 attack, 1800 defense. Before damage calc, if your worm monster battles an opponent's monster that was special from the extra deck, kill both that opponent's monster and this card. And then each of the following effects of Sword Soul, Auspice, Chunjun once per turn. During the main phase as a quick effect, tribute one monster, special summon this card from your hand, and then if this card is sent to the graveyard just because of synchro material, target one card on the field or in either grave, banish it, which is pretty interesting. Tributes the Chijao to special the Chunjun. Shenying activates, banish the Chunjun and Mapu. Pax activates. Normal summon Stella. Specials Inari Fire. Shenying and Inari Fire for Area Link. Area Link, steal the Shenying. Stella into Artemis. Artemis and Area Link for Lina Link, and Lina Link steal Chijao. And then the Sword Soul Tengy players scooped up. And this next clip of this challenge, looking at this hand, okay, Lord of the Heavenly Prison, we all know what's up. And then Barrier Statue of the Drug. Most cases, no one specials but Earths. Okay. Normal summon Dark. Dark, get over the Drog statue. Heavenly Prison revealed again. Sets a monster and passes. My controls the set monster, and what monster did we get it flipped? Crawler Dendrite. Flip. You can, optional, send one monster from dead to graveyard. So basically, Foolish Burial of the deck. And then the Crawler's gimmick, if this face a card in its owner's control leaves the field just because of an opponent's card effect, 2 Crawler monsters with different names from your deck in face down defense that isn't Dendrite. Dendrite activates, Armageddon Knights, Crowley, Dendrite and Dark for Reaper. Reaper does not target revive something but call by the graves, Crowley. Most cases, revive the Dark. Lord of the Heavenly Prison activates. In response to the Lord, the Iris Sword Soul, since Dark's effects are negated, which makes her a free monster. Heavenly Prison sets Treacherous Trap Hole. No traps in graveyard. Most cases, target 2 monsters anywhere on the field, destroy them. Iris activates. Opponent special from hand, I special from hand. Specials are Asa, Reaper, and Asa for Asa Link. Reaper searches Possessed Partnerships. Spirit Charmers ditching partnerships. Awakening Spell and Unpossessed Set. Awakening Spell activates. Asa steals the Drawed Statue. Harpies, Feather Duster, the Treacherous Trap Hole. Iris over Heavenly Prison. Statue. Dark attacks, but Lockout Gardener is a card. First chance a direct attack comes up, special this from hand in attack position, and if you do, it cannot be killed by that battle this turn. And then when an effect of a monster your opponent controls activated, that targets 1 Cybers you control and no other cards as a quick effect. Negate the effects of both that Cybers monster you control and that opponent's monster until the end of this turn. So basically, Omni negates. Dark And also linked 1750 differences on both. Unpossessed flipped up. And then opponent scoops. And this next clip of this challenge, based on his hand, we're gonna take this slow and steady. Activates instant fusion. Nothing harms on board, so Mud Dragon at the swamp. Mud Dragon make it Earth. Normal summon Rilliona. Rilliona and Earth Mud Dragon for Reaper. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Never expected this one coming. Level 3 Earth. No, not Earth, sorry. Level 3 Light Psychic Tuner. No attack, 18 defense. As for Ghost Ogre, whenever a monster effect on the field activates its effects, or when a spell trap that is already face up on the field activates its effect as a quick effect, send this card from hand or field to the graveyard, destroy that card. Hard once on Ghost Ogre. You know, at least we still get the Reborn and a Search. Revive Mud Dragon with effects negated. Search with Awakening Spell. Specials on Cyber Dragon. Monster Reborn, Ghost Ogre, and Snow Rabbit. Synchro for 8. Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. And this one for Scarlight, its name is Red Dragon Archfiend, of course. While it is on the field or graveyard, fair enough. And then, once per turn, you can destroy as many special summon effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less than or equal to outside of this card, and then burn for 5 for each monster destroyed. Another 5, lame, and then 3,000 flat out. Activates Feather Duster. What do we hit? Infinite Impermanence. Raigeki's Red Dragon Archfiend. Awakening Spell activates. Normal summons also specials, Gigabyte. Both Gigabyte and Alsa gets in there. And I think we are comfortable in this position of Charmers. Harpy's Feather Duster. Tengy Spirit Adhara here. And this one for Adhara, obviously not counting the gimmick effects of no effect monsters to special. Banish this card from hand or graveyard. Target one of your banished worm monsters that is an Adhara. Add it back to the hand. Free special. Monk of the Tengy. And then the opponent ran out of steam as he scoops. And last but not least, in this final clip, Sanctuary in the Sky, fairies of course. Okay, up against agents. So, Sanctuary in the Sky, battle damage involving fairies are 0, and then Agent of Mystery Earth, normal summon, add 1 agent from deck to hand that isn't Earth, so Stratos basically. And then if Sanctuary is on board, it is. Add 1 Master Hyperion instead. In this one for Agent of Venus, Pay 500, special 1 mystical shine ball from hand or deck. As in, not once. Specials out Pankratops. Awakening spell activates. In response to Awakening spell Crackdown, chain Pankratops, targeting, I believe it was... Oh, Sanctuary. That's what it was. Normal summons Hita. And we might have a useful idea with that evenly matched sooner rather than later. Hita linked off into Artemis. Heavy Storm Duster. In this one, target up to 2 spells and traps anywhere on the field, kill them. You can't do no battle phase to turn you to this. You know, I think we might have a useful way with evenly match, at the very least. Activates Desires. Sacred Waters in the Sky. In this one, activate 1 Sanctuary straight from the deck. Not counting that because we already got the one killed off. Or add 1 monster that mentions Sanctuary in the Sky from deck to hand. Then, if the Sanctuary in the Sky is on board, or in either graveyard, it is, gain 500 life for each Hyperion and the agent monsters you control. If your monster that mentions Sanctuary in the Sky will be destroyed by battle, banish this from graveyard instead. So, saving grace of battles. Back in the day, Boss Man himself, Master Hyperion. Special summon this from your hand by banishing one of the agent monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard. Once per turn, banish 1 life fairy from your graveyard. Target 1 card anywhere on the field, kill it. While Sanctuary in the Sky is on board, twice per turn instead of once. Banishes Earth for Master Hyperion. Normal summons Venus. Pay the 5 for a Shine Ball. Archfiend Eccentric Scale Effect. Target the useless Crackdown, kill it. Venus over Artemis. Hyperion and Shine Ball. Activates evenly match out of nowhere. Kept Master Hyperion around. Partnerships banished. Place back the Awakening spell, and on this turn, it doesn't make a difference. Normal summon area. Awakening spell, draw 1. Special Gigabyte. Rageki's Hyperion. Crowley from hand activates, sending area to special Crowley. Crowley becomes light. And of course, we was finna go get ready to make Lina, steal the Hyperion, and then the agent player scooped up. So guys, that's gonna do it on this super early morning content in this first quarter of limited edition of Limited Jank. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And I'll see you guys next time as we continue on in this progress.